Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back and happy Friday. Let's get into our Today in History. Today in History, May 8th, 1945, both Great Britain and the United States celebrate Victory in Europe Day. Cities in both nations, as well as formerly occupied cities in Western Europe, put out flags and banners rejoicing in the defeat of the Nazi war machine. Alright, so this is something that we talked about in class when we talked about World War II, and it is better known as VE Day, signifying the end of World War II in Europe. Right? And please remember that we call it VE Day because it's only the end of war in Europe. Now the United States seems to turn its attention to Japan before we finally have an official end to World War II. Alright, let's get into today's lesson. Alright, so, last time, you guys didn't have, like, an actual lesson. It was just, I posted the answer keys for the past 3 lessons that you guys had. Please make sure that you're looking through those because I'm finding that a lot of you are having a really hard time with, lesson number 1 to the point where I think I may, post a video of me going through each of those sources because in reading through what you're submitting, you guys are missing the main idea of those sources there. Also, I'm noticing that a lot of you did not complete the exit card. If there's an exit card attached to a lesson, the expectation is that you do the exit card. So if you didn't do the exit card, I'm returning it to you. It's considered incomplete, right? And then you can do the exit card and submit it back to me. But you need to be doing an exit card if there is one. And it's not often that I'm going to assign them, but when I do, it's for a reason. Alright? So let's get into today. Today we are going to look at a U.S. policy known as containment. Right? So containment, essentially, when you think of like a container, is keeping something in. And from what you guys read about in the Truman Doctrine, right, the United States is looking to stop the spread of communism or to contain it, and that is essentially what the U.S.'s foreign policy is going to become. So what you're going to do is you're going to read this little background information and answer the 2 questions that go along with it. And then how did the U.S. pursue a policy of containment? So you're going to read through the 2 documents that I give you. One is on the Marshall Plan, and one is on an organization known as NATO. And then you are going to answer the questions that are associated with each one of those documents. Right? In talking to you guys today during my Google Meet, some of you expressed that you thought that the lessons where I asked you to answer specific questions were much easier for you, and that they were easier to go through, and I would happen to agree. I prefer it this way because I think having you zone in on the important stuff, I'm giving you kind of a guide rather than, hey, just write a summary, I think might be a little bit easier for you guys, and I think it's a little bit better because it gives you something to focus on and you know exactly what the important stuff is that I am looking for you to get from that specific lesson. Alright, so you have 4 questions that go along with those documents, and then of course the 2 questions that go along with the do now. There is no exit card for this one. Alright, so hopefully you guys have an amazing weekend. It was wonderful seeing you guys in the Google Meet today, and of course, as always, stay safe and make good choices. Bye guys.